I really need a backdrop. Let's do a fun video today. We're going to do a fun one. I'm wearing my fun hat. We're going to take a test. A maladaptive daydreaming test. I've heard they're out there, and we're going to do it. Google maladaptive test. Just going to do whatever comes up first. And there it is. Am I a maladaptive daydreamer? This test will let you know if you're a maladaptive daydreamer or not. It is not a diagnostic test. Please consult with a professional if you have any concerns about your daydreaming. Sound advice. Do you think you daydream too much? That's a weird question to ask the addict. Does your daydreaming interfere with your academic/occupational success? How many questions? 13. There's 13 of them that interfere with social interactions. Do you ever confuse your daydreams with real life? Now, I know that's not a maladaptive daydreaming thing, and I am just trusting that whoever created this quiz knows that too. How strong is your need to return? Are you distressed by your inability to find the time? Are they triggered by music, books, media? Repetitive motions? Not me. It is really common, but there's a lot of us who don't have a repetitive motion. Like a lot. Over 20%. Do they revolve around a recurring theme? Oh. Yeah, whoever wrote this did read some papers. This comes from the first paper, which is not a bad thing. It's a little strange to see themes presented as something that could tell you whether or not you have maladaptive daydreaming, because they are really not that important. Do you experience a dopamine head rush while daydreaming? How would you know? I think the implicit assumption there is that maladaptive daydreaming gives you that, which is a fair assumption. There's no reason to think it does not trigger your reward system there. But there's no actual proof of it. There's never been a brain scan published. I don't know, a bold statement here. Number one, that maladaptive daydreamers routinely experience this. And number two, that they can directly attribute it to dopamine specifically. Are you emotionally attached? The strongest positive answer is yes, it would be hard to let them go. You can pry them from my cold, dead hands. As a child, I was shy, bored, experienced trauma, or none of the above. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think I was any of those. I didn't go through any trauma. I played well with others. Wasn't any more shy than any other little kid. And I think as a child, I wasn't particularly socially awkward. That came later. Like, I was at my peer level when I was little, and then as everybody else learned new skills, I did not. So as a child, no. As an adult, hells yeah. View my result. It's thinking. Maladaptive daydreaming? Likely. And that's it. There's no, I don't know what I was expecting. I guess I thought, I don't know. Guys, that wasn't actually very fun. Let's try another one. There's gotta be a better one. It's gonna be a funner one. Alright, are you a maladaptive daydreamer? Maladaptive daydreaming? Mad. I promised myself I wouldn't do this. Okay, can we talk about MAD for a minute? This was supposed to be a fun episode. I hate the acronym MAD. I mean, go off in the comments if you want to. But there, I said it. I finally said it. So, you know me now. My darkest secret. It's MD. It just is. MAD's a Tumblr tag. And nothing against Tumblr. I am on Tumblr all the time. I'm very active in the Tumblr MD community. And I am comfortable enough with the term that it is even in my own username as a fun community term. But it really rubs me the wrong way to see it presented like this, though. And not just here. A lot of places. I've been yelled at before. I guess that's why it gets under my skin so much. I've been yelled at before for using the wrong acronym. Can you stop using MD? It's called MAD. No. It isn't. Alright, let's get past that. Maladaptive daydreaming or excessive daydreaming can result in distress and replace human interaction and might interfere with normal functioning. The higher you score on this quiz, the more likely it is that you have MAD. Note, MAD is not currently a diagnosable condition, so it's really up to you whether you believe you have it or not. I am not a professional. True, but for my viewers, let's note that whether it's official or not, a professional opinion is still worth something. It's still important, it's still valuable, and you should not be afraid to seek help or talk to a therapist just because it's not official. That's not on them. It's got nothing to do with the test maker or what they said. It's just, keep that in mind, I guess. Do you daydream for at least 4 hours a day? There's no magic number, people. There's no magic number. Does daydreaming distract you from schoolwork, family, friends, or personal needs? Solid indicator. Repetitive motion question. Oh, wait, no. Yes. They put them together. They put the repetitive motions with the sympathetic motion. Do you repeat certain physical motions, tapping, pacing, etc.? Make vivid facial expressions, murmur, speak, laugh, cry, etc. while you are daydreaming. So they put the repetitive motions in the same question as the sympathetic motions. I guess because they're both motion, but those are separate things. I do not have a repetitive motion, but I do have sympathetic motions. So I guess I have to answer yes, although I feel like that's going to give a false positive for this because it's stuck with the repetitive ones, which are so much more front and center. Oh, I don't know what to answer now. I don't know. Are they so detailed they almost feel real? Causing emotional attachment? Have you ever experienced or are you currently experiencing any of the following? Loneliness, abuse, stress, self-harm, mental illness, such as depression or PTSD. Is your daydreaming triggered by things such as TVs, movies, music, or long car rides? Why is this such a weird test? Why is this so weird? How do those things go together? Like the shows, movies, and music I get. Because those are all media, but then they put car rides on the end. Okay. Have you been diagnosed with schizophrenia or any other psychosis-inducing condition in the past? That is weirdly specific. And I'm not confident which way they want you to answer that. Like, this must be an exclusion criteria, right? They must have put that in for like a you don't have MD thing, because MD is not schizophrenia or psychosis. I was not expecting that question. Do you detach from reality so completely while daydreaming that it is very hard to snap out of this state, even if you have something important to do? Is this a significantly distressing feeling for you? 2 questions for the present one. And I don't know how to answer it because no, the feeling of doing that is not distressing. It is not distressing because I am in a daydream while I am doing that. It becomes distressing much later on, after I've realized what a failure I am, after like a day later. Yes, but it's not distressing. Yes, and it is distressing. No, I don't know. Or yes, but I have been diagnosed with another dissociative disorder that can explain these symptoms. I feel like the only thing I can put is I don't know. In your daydreams, are you a more ideal version of yourself? Do you live the life that you desire through this fictional persona? 2 questions again, but no, neither of those apply to me. Do you project your own trauma and troubles onto the characters in your daydreams as a distraction or a coping mechanism to help you deal with your pain? No. Or maybe. I think this is another I don't know, because I cannot rule out that happens, but I am not aware of it and I am not consciously doing it. So it might be happening and I just don't know it's happening. Are they assuming we are purposefully projecting? Or are they just hoping we've noticed whether or not we are projecting? We gotta go with I don't know. All right, let's see the results. Good news, everybody! It seems unlikely that I have MAD. It seems unlikely that you have MAD, friend. Everybody daydreams sometimes, and that's totally cool. Indeed, friend. But your results show that that's all it probably is. People with MAD, aka matters, are plagued with a constant need to daydream. Their favorite songs send them into a spiral. Their grades plummet from a lack of focus and effort. Sometimes. And they drop out of their social lives, sometimes completely. Matters usually suffer from serious illnesses too, like depression or trauma. MAD is not a diagnosable condition yet, so don't quote me on this. I won't. If you are convinced that you have it, that's okay. But don't feel like you have to have it to be special. or different. People with higher scores on this test are truly struggling, and you should feel thankful for hitting a lower number. I felt a little mean for going off about the mad thing before, but I don't feel that way anymore. And I think we're not going to touch that. I don't know what to say. I thought this was going to be a fun video. Put my fun hat on. All right, I feel like we need to talk about this. Let's talk about our feelings. I am not surprised by the result. I just want to get that out there in case it seems like I miffed that this test result came out wrong. Like, it's a silly online test. I was not expecting anything from it. It's the way it's written that hurts me. It hurts me. The author is probably really young and probably most definitely did not expect any attention to be drawn to this test. It was probably just for fun, and we want to leave it at that. And that should be the real takeaway here. These are for fun, and no one should be upset by them, no matter how weird. Do people do that? Do people feel like they have to have it to be special? Is that a thing that happens? I should not have come to this corner of the internet. I'm gonna go be thankful that my score wasn't higher somewhere. Send me stuff to do. Send me things to react to or something. Or more tests. Yeah, I could take some more tests. Videos or memes. I don't care. These videos are okay, this one was weird, but like these videos are fun. Anyway, so we should do that. This just went. I was wearing the fun hat.